People who grew up in the 1970s share something that's almost impossible to explain to anyone born after it. Not nostalgia, something structural, something that happened inside their brains during a window of time that quietly closed and never reopened. If TS is you probably already sense it. You move differently through hard situations. You don't spiral when things go quiet. You can sit alone with your thoughts without reaching for your phone every 40 seconds. And somewhere in the back of your mind, you've always suspected that the way you grew up had something to do with it. You're right, and the science is starting to catch up. Developmental psychologists have been studying what happens to children raised in low surveillance, high-freedom environments, and what they're finding is striking. The brains of children who navigated their own days, made their own mistakes, and faced real-world consequences without adult intervention, built cognitive architecture that's genuinely rare now. Not better in a judgmental sense, rare in a measurable one. Think about what a Tuesday afternoon looked like when you were 9. No agenda. No enrichment class. No parent watching from 15 feet away. You had a neighborhood, a bike, and until the sky turned orange, the entire world was yours to figure out. That wasn't neglect. That was neurological training. Every decision you made, where to go, who to trust, when to turn back, was quietly building your capacity for autonomous judgment. Research on childhood independence consistently shows that kids who navigate unstructured environments develop stronger internal decision-making frameworks than those whose time is fully managed. But there's another piece people rarely talk about: discomfort tolerance. Growing up in the 70s meant waiting for Saturday morning cartoons, waiting for a letter back, waiting to find out if the film you shot at your cousin's birthday actually captured anything worth keeping. That kind of waiting isn't passive, it's practice. Neurologically, repeated exposure to delayed reward strengthens impulse regulation pathways in ways that instant access simply doesn't. You didn't just learn patience, your brain was literally shaped by it. Then there's something quieter, and maybe more profound. You learned how to be alone without it feeling like punishment. Long afternoons with just your thoughts and a record spinning in the background weren't uncomfortable, they were yours. Modern research on solitude is beginning to reveal that people who developed a comfortable relationship with their own inner world during childhood show significantly lower rates of anxiety and emotional dysregulation as adults. The ability to be present with yourself without distraction is one of the most underrated psychological strengths a person can carry. What's interesting is that none of this was intentional. Nobody handed you a developmental framework. Your parents weren't following a philosophy. The era itself was the curriculum, and you absorbed it without knowing you were learning anything at all. That's why these traits don't feel like achievements. They feel like just who you are. The calm in a crisis, the comfort with silence, the ability to course correct without falling apart. You didn't manufacture those qualities. They were built into you by an ordinary childhood that, in hindsight, was anything but ordinary. The world you grew up in is gone, but what it gave you isn't. And maybe the most important thing to understand is this: the qualities that make you feel out of step with the modern world are the same ones that make you genuinely steady inside it. That's not a coincidence. That's decades of unintentional, irreplaceable training quietly doing its work.